What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the FPL Dave stream. How's it all going? Oh, I've missed you all. So a few things before we get started. One, FPL could be going better for most people right now, but no one worse than me, I think. Based on everyone in my group mini league thing that I've got going for FPL Dave, everyone is doing better than me. I think I'm very, very close to the bottom. So I figured it's time to wildcard. I was going to do it game week 8, 9. Fuck that. That's way too far away. The time is now. I've never had a worse overall rank in my whole life. And I'm very excited to be able to get rid of most of the team. And I'm going to walk you through what I've got going on today. Second thing is that I haven't picked a captain right this entire time. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of questions about captaincy. There was a lot of people chatting about it on Twitter today, and a lot of podcasts have been talking about it, etc., etc. So I thought instead of bourbon, I'm going to channel my inner Morgan, and I'm going to drink Captain Morgan's. See, so that's what I've got going on, just for anyone who's concerned that it wasn't bourbon, if you could tell. And I have been drinking a lot of it today because I'm on holiday this week. So I get the whole week to tinker, which is amazing because I have so many teams, I have so many screenshots, and yeah, let's just get straight into it. So we're going to go over game week 6, then we're going to go over my wild card, then we're going to go over your guys' teams and see what we've got cooking on that. All right, everyone happy? How is everyone? Callum, how's it going, buddy? Liam's back. Oh no, you wanted to cry after game week 6? That sucks. It's Raw, how's it going? Shaughnessy, wildcard game week 4. I'm now sitting at 26k for my OR. It will get better. Yeah, for you. Yeah, for you. So yeah, let's jump in. Let's see what we've got going on. Alright, so game week 6 went okay. As you can see, 59 points, so nearly hitting that 60 point mark. I remember a few seasons ago it was 50 points that we needed to hit every week to get a decent score, but now it's went up to 60. I didn't get the memo. I certainly haven't been hitting that every week. And even on my first green arrow of the entire season, I still didn't hit it. So there's a few fires going on right now with the team. There's a few issues that I'm going to have to cover. I actually only fielded 10 players in total, which, you know, is a fire in itself. And you can see my game week rank there is just abysmal.
Aguero!
Oh, Jimso subscription. Thank you very much. The best mod in the world and the best subscription noise in the world. Hey, Ben, how's it going, man? Shiny's in the house. So yeah, usually when I tell people whether or not I think they should wildcard, it's not based on the last week, it's based on their team and that alone, how they can do going forward. It all depends on what your team's looking like, who you've got, what their fixtures are, what their stats have looked like, who you could get in just a few moves. Even a -12 would be better than wildcarding because it means that you can actually reach the players you want and still keep that wildcard for a later date, because a wildcard is super precious. So before looking at this and thinking, oh, you know what, I'm going to wildcard, you have to be absolutely sure.
To the near post, Messi to the net.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Aguardiente. Welcome to the Fat Sexy Club, my man. How's it going, buddy? So yeah, I was going to wildcard in game week 9, or just before game week 9, which gave me the international break. But I'm on holiday just now, number 1. So I've got time to tinker. Number 2, there are 6 total fires in my team, and we'll go through them. And 3, I didn't get the rise that I wanted to in game week 6. There was just, even though I've been patient and I've been letting players sit for a while and then see how they do, every decision that I've made, a 50-50 decision so far, it just hasn't worked out. Getting Dean in, who has done nothing, Sterling captaincy, Salah captaincy, going back and forth, not working, Ceballos not working, Allaire instead of Abraham not working, bringing Pookie in for game week 4 and then him blanking twice, not working. So, and then we've also got Zinchenko, who is now iffy. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Was he just being rested? Is Mendy back? What's going on with that? That's an issue. Jimmy just subscribed for 2 months in a row and then exclaimed that I am not very good at this fantasy stuff. You're right. This year has not been going to plan, but we've got a wild card. We're able to reset the state, and it's going to be interesting to see how we can climb from here. But instead of going very hard at the back, Alexander-Arnold, Zinchenko, Dean, trying to hit those big teams and see if we can hold on to some clean sheets, which no one is doing, I've decided to just go all out, get everyone to fuck, and bring in the big boys. So just let's count, just before I go on. Oh, let's move that down a bit. Before I go on, let's count the old fires in the team. So we've got Ryan, who is now a fire because he has the worst fixtures ever. So that's one. Newcastle was his last good fixture, and he's going out with a bang. But yeah, no, we can double check the fixtures here. In the next 6, Brighton have got Chelsea, Tottenham, etc., etc. Just horrible. So the next person is Dean. Everton have scored 5 goals and they've conceded 9 goals. So if we're trying to look for clean sheets, it's not coming. And if we're looking for assists, they're not coming either. So Dean has taken out his fucking molars, its teeth, his gums are the only thing there. He's got nothing. He's got no bite. He's got no give. And it's doing my tits in because I brought him in for a hit. So he's another big fire for me. Alexander-Arnold, you stay right where you are. Don't move. You're beautiful. Lowton coming in for Zinchenko was a bit of luck. I wasn't expecting him to get anywhere near a clean sheet, but Pookie and the lads have been really, really dire away from home this season. It's something that they're going to work on. It's something that I don't want to have to worry about. So having 2 of them is for me a bit shite. It's a bit of a fire having 2 players playing. Ceballos is just pants. I mean, he had an amazing first couple of games, and unlucky not to get anything, and then last game and the game before that, he's just been non-existent. Either in literal form because he's been taken off at 60 minutes, or even when he's on the pitch, he just doesn't look like he knows how to play football, which is weird because he started so well. So I don't know what's happening. He's trying to learn too much. He's trying to get into the Arsenal way of things, and he's just thinking about everything that's got to go on. He's not really doing that well. Bits! I heard the bit thing. Just hosted the stream. That's what that was. Hey, buddy. Thank you very much for the host. Samosa. Appreciate it, buddy. Shiny says, a shame to say I was the very lucky club this week. Vice captain Kevin De Bruyne, Lundstrom coming off the bench. Felt dirty, but I'll take it. Yeah, no, it is definitely dirty. How's it going, Tom? Appreciate the host, man. That was very nice of you. Yeah, the issue with the vice captain thing, it wasn't that big of a deal for me. I mean, a lot of people lucked out. De Bruyne did really, really well, and they just had him. But for me, I would never have thought to put my vice captaincy on a player from the same team. It's just not something I've ever done. Nor do I ever remember that there is something that I really have to focus on. But I've learned my lesson, and we'll figure that out. So, yeah, 59 points, not bad. Based on my team last year from right now, I'm actually about 2.5 million worse off. Because last season at this time, Game Week 6, I was around about the 12k mark. I think I was just breaking into the top 10k for that final 5k finish. I was just breaking in round about now, and I was trying to find the next, best player that I could beat the next top 10k picks, because as we all know, we can check to see who has the best has the most ownership in the top 10k. But now it's a completely different ball game way up here in the millions, because we've got to figure out how we can actually get to a point where we're sitting with a team that not only has enough ownership that means we won't be going backwards, but has enough players in it that we can just steamroll ahead without having to kind of risk too much. Because we're not at the point yet where we need to risk everything, right? We're not game week 30 where we still need to make up 500,000 spaces, and so we're just going to bring in fucking, I don't know, Foden from last year, who was getting a game for City, etc. We don't need to do that. We're not there yet. Regardless, I really do want to see how it goes with all attack. So I've put all my money in attack. All my fires have now been washed away in one. Let's just recap. Ryan, Dean, Lowton not getting many assists, and not having Pope for those saves, I would say, is a bit of a issue. Two Norwich players, Ceballos, fucking Aller instead of Abraham's a fire. Zinchenko's now a fire. Kelly and Greenwood not playing, so it means that's 9 fires already. 9 fires. So that sucks ass. So wildcard time. Yeah? And this is what I've came up with so far. Bam. Alright. So this is my having Liverpool in my team. I've went for Mane because it's who I can afford in this way, and I would be going with Aguero up front, Aubameyang and Abraham, just a fucking all-out attack. Like I said, steamrolling the competition. Hopefully, the 3 best strikers, and I've just put them in because I want them. Because every time I watch them, they play really well. Aguero's on the best form of his life, yet to blank, I'm pretty sure. Even though he's played a game for just 33 minutes, he still didn't blank. Aubameyang's been scoring a goal per game the last 6 games, which is mental. And Abraham is also doing incredibly well. And we can look at him in more detail in a bit. Then I've got Mount for those Chelsea fixtures. Cantwell can hold the line just now. De Bruyne, obviously, and Mane instead of Salah. So we've went Salah to Mane, Aguero from Sterling, and we've taken out Zinchenko and Dean and flushed those funds up front for Aubameyang. What do we think? Eastwood, welcome back, buddy. Change Woodman for Button or something, please. It's so annoying. All right, here, just for you. Right, ready? Bam. He's out, and let's pick someone else. Sorry, I don't want to annoy people. Hold on. Right. He can go on the team. There we go. Is that better? All right, we've got Norris. There you go, my man. You're welcome. So the problem that I've seen is that I'm just not having any luck picking clean sheets. No one is having luck picking clean sheets. Everyone who said to me that, oh no, I've been feeling really lucky, Lundstrom came in off the bench, etc. That's because he was on the bench. And it's lucky that he came on, and that's what benches are for, absolutely. I'm not disputing that. But everyone thought that he was not going to keep a clean sheet against Everton, right? So the fact that that's even an issue, that's even a point to make, shows that clean sheets can come from anywhere. Liverpool's not been keeping them, and City's only kept 3, I think, out of 6, which is, roughly where they should be, but it's been against ridiculous teams. So my problem with it is that I don't want to have to be like, oh, I expect Zinchenko to get a clean sheet and he just hasn't. He's conceded. I don't want to have double Liverpool and them getting conceded. It's every single fucking week. You're just staring at them, hoping, hiding your eyes. Like, please don't. You get that notification, you watch the thing, whatever it is, and they've fucking conceded, and you just want to smash Robertson in his fucking stupid Scottish face, which is okay because I'm also Scottish. He did really play well against Russia there, so can't fault him. But yeah, no, it's just annoying, right? And you don't know how it would be if they had Alisson in goals, but I don't want to have to deal with any of that anymore. So in defense, we've went Pope, easy decision. I could go for Adrian because I've got enough as well, but I don't want to have to deal with that later on. I'm just going to stick Pope in. Burnley have been playing well. They're attacking enough so that nothing's coming from behind. They seem like their defensive selves again. You know, no Europe games to deal with. So, you know, it's 90 minutes every game, same players. I don't really want to jump on any other trains, any Barnes trains, anything like that, because, you know, this Wood versus Barnes thing's now cropping up, and I just don't have any space for any other strikers. So Pope is fine for me. And then Soy, never going to be able to pronounce his name, much like everyone here in this stream that I can't pronounce your names, even if it's normal. I'm never going to get in here. So yeah, Soy's in there because he's cheap. Liverpool and Leicester have been playing really, really well. Now let's do that. Let's look at our first little table. So move this over. This is understats.com. Understat.com is awesome because it shows you the entire Premier League and then shows you things like expected goals against and expected goals, who's been playing well in defense, etc., etc. So if we click the expected goals against, we can see that the second best team not conceding or not expecting to concede is Leicester. And for 4.6 million, that's pretty decent. Look at who's around them, right? Everton, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, all the big teams that we'd expect clean sheets from, and Leicester's sitting in there. And they're third in the league just now. So I feel like for 4.6 million, that's cheap as chips. Might as well. The next thing to note for Leicester is that their fixtures are just amazing. Let's go into the fixture view. We all love fixtures. Now, other than City coming up, their fixtures are not bad at all. Although City is so hard, such a hard fixture that it knocks them down quite a lot. So that's them there. Liverpool. So Liverpool is a 94 rating on this, which is, you know, out of 100 is ridiculously high. So it brings them down to 5th place. But if we take that out and just look at the 8 games after that, so let's go to 8 games in advance and then +2. So we take that out and just look up to Gameweek 16. Like, that's nuts. That's nuts. 3rd place. So Leicester have got really, really good fixtures. And I'd quite like a Maddison or a Vardy, probably Maddison over Vardy based on his stats. But Leicester have been looking shit hot. So definitely keep those guys in mind. So next person on the list is the Lundstrom, Rico, Kelly juggle. I don't mind who plays because, like I said before, you don't know where the clean sheets are coming. So I've decided just to go, fuck it. I'll just play Lundstrom or Rico, whoever I think might work out, but I'm not too bothered who plays. It's going to be a 3-4-3, so I've just made the game a bit easier for myself. I don't have to worry about 5 defenders getting their clean sheet. I only have to worry about 3, and I don't really need to worry about Alexander-Arnold, so it's really just 2 that I'm hoping for, and I'm trying to put myself in the best possible position. With Lundstrom, he's got some shit games, Game Week 7, 9, 12, and 13. And then Rico has got shit games in 8 and 11. So they actually rotate quite well. I think it's only Game Week 12 or 11 that's a bit of an issue. Nope, not even then. So it's 12 and 13 at Lundstrom. So yeah, those 2 guys, they rotate quite well, right? Bam, done. No worries about that. And it means that I've got a playing player on the bench, right? Rico and Lundstrom both will be playing 90 minutes probably, so there's no reason to worry about that. So Yun Chu, jeez, no, never gonna get that. I'm never gonna remember that because I think the problem is that I'm so numbers orientated that when I look at the words, I just want to read how it says, and I know that's probably what most people do, but I have a hard time like even thinking of the rules for English, let alone other languages. It's just so bad. I'm so bad at French. And I started learning French when I was in grade 1 or senior kindergarten because I lived in Canada for a while, and yeah, you learn French really early, and I was still shit at it even when I moved over here and everyone started in P7 or, you know, just before they get to high school, and I was like, you guys are better than me. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yes, I get it. Anyway. So that's the defense. Very, very easy. Now we can get to the good stuff. Do we want Sterling or do we want this man, Mr. Aguero? Someone who's been playing out his fucking tits. Look at that. No blanks, even though he only played 21 minutes in the first one. Tom, you like the wild card? This team is fire. Yeah, Jimmy thinks that I've lost the plot, but I like it. I like it. So, Aguardiente 2 says, why go premium forwards when mid-priced like Pukki, Tammy, Wilson keep delivering? I like Tammy. Tammy's in, definitely. Wilson's overperforming, and we can look at his stats in a little bit. And Pukki is really, really good at home and has been poor away. Now, I don't know if that's going to stay or that's going to go, but I feel like I would just be putting him in for the sake of it, and he would be taking Aubameyang's place, right? Because I'm not going to not have Aguero if I've picked him over Sterling. I'm not going to have Abraham because of his fixtures. They're too good. So that leaves one spot, and it's versus Aubameyang versus Pukki. And I can get Cantwell, but I can't get any other Arsenal players because they're all abysmal. They're all shocking. I tried that with Ceballos. You could probably go for Pepe, but then why wouldn't you just get Son? What's the point in even attempting fate? So yeah, I want an Arsenal player. It has to be Aubameyang, and you got to pay out the nose to get him. And it means that I could downgrade if he doesn't work out. I can get Pukki again. It's not a big deal. But if I go Pukki and I want Aubameyang, that's such a harder flip. So, I mean, yeah, I could definitely do it. I could definitely go down to Pukki and upgrade to Son or something there, right? But I want Aubameyang. Look at the fixtures are just incredible, right? Bournemouth, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace at home, key. Wolves at home, key. Leicester away, difficult. Southampton at home, fine. Norwich away, I feel like there's going to be goals no matter where you play them, so that's fine. Brighton, and then December, we're getting into December. West Ham away, a bit difficult, and then difficult fixtures, and we can deal with that when we get there, right? But I feel like he's just going to go on an absolute tear, especially since the fullbacks are getting fit again, right? Tierney and Bellerin played 60 minutes last week. The under-23s, they seem pretty decent. Bellerin especially had a good game. So, yeah, definitely want Aubameyang. No Pukki, no Party. Laka back soon. Abba will be shifted to left. He played well on the left last season. He came off the bench, scored 2 goals, 2 games in a row. He can play on the left. I mean, he's definitely going to score, I feel like. Yeah, it's Raw's got my back. He's going to do well. So, yeah, for those who have Sterling right now, he was benched because he needed to rest. He was just rested, and that's it. He played 90 minutes every single game, I'm pretty sure, from the start, or round about there. So it's a bit difficult to, play Champions League and play the Premier League and perform. So he's been shifted to the bench for 1 game, and he will come back, right? But if you were on your wild card, why wouldn't you get Aguero instead? So I've got the stats. I've got them sitting over here. Let's look at his beautiful face while we do this. Bam. I kind of want to zoom in, but it doesn't let you. Oh, yes, it does. Right. Hold on. Here we go. All right, you guys look at that while I read you some stats, okay? So this is Aguero versus Sterling, and then we'll move on to Salah versus Mane, okay? Aguero has 2 assists and 8 goals. Sterling has 5 goals and no assists. And I agree with Jim, it would be a very good time to sub with Aguero sitting on the screen as big as he is. Look at how sexy he is. Oh, man. Not a very good cutout, but, we'll deal with it. Okay, so 8 goals, 2 assists for Aguero, 5 goals, 0 assists for Sterling. So Aguero's get 2 assists. And that's not because, he's went down in the penalty box, because he takes those penalties and doesn't get those assists. So that means he's assisting players anyway, more so than Sterling. He's got 25 shots to Sterling's 18, so even with Sterling only scoring goals this season, he isn't taking as many shots, though he is a bit more accurate, a lot more accurate actually, and with 80% accuracy in his shots, 47% accurate for Aguero. So Aguero just shoots a shit ton, and half of them are on target, is what you gotta realize they've three big chances created apiece between him and Sterling. So that's a bit interesting, right? So Aguero's actually creating the same amount that Sterling is. It's not like Sterling's been doing a shit ton and it just hasn't paid off. Aguero's actually the all-doing man up front. And they've both played almost the exact same minutes. 447 Aguero, 450 Sterling. So in the same minutes, Aguero has got 10 attacking returns to Sterling's 5. And 3 of those attacking returns for Sterling was game week fucking 1, where no one captained him because no one expected that. So no one got that. But Aguero's been playing amazing, way more than him. Just look at him. Just look at him. 0 blanks for Aguero, 3 blanks for Sterling, if you can call him being benched a blank. So, I don't understand what all the fuss is about in terms of looking at Aguero versus Sterling, because it's no contest. Aguero's been playing out his fucking mind, out his little tiny mind, and Sterling has been subpar, to be honest. And if you remember that hat trick, if you remember watching his first half, he was woeful. He was pretty shit. And it was weird that he was doing so poorly, yet then just in the second half decided to come out and get a hat trick. And since then, and for 5 game weeks, he's only scored 2 goals. That's not worth it. That's not consistency. That is the opposite of consistency. We don't like that. So that's why I went with Aguero. So that leaves me with the conundrum of Mane versus Salah. Does anyone have any questions about Sterling? VTMPI, Sterling's now got his blanking and benching out of the way. He's been sitting there seeing all his teammates scoring against Watford back-to-back, Harry on the way. That, my friend, is what we call gambler's fallacy. We want heads, we flip 1,000 tails. Surely heads has got to come up. Surely heads bound to be heads, right? Wrong. It could be tails. I mean, I know it's not 50-50. Sterling is a really good player, and like a lot of people have pointed out to me, Sterling just didn't get shit overnight. And if I wasn't on a wild card, if I was just going for the course, I would just sit back, relax. Sterling's fine. He's just blanked because he's been benched. He's been rested. He's going to come back fighting against a pretty shit so far Everton defense. I'm absolutely fine with sticking with Sterling. But if you're on a wild card, it's no contest. And if you've got 2 free transfers and you've got no other fires, he's worth a hit, at least 1 hit. But it depends on your team, right? It depends. I'm going to do rate my teams tonight, and I doubt I'm going to say go get Aguero if you've got Sterling for most of them. It's just not something that you can do very easily. But I'm on the I'm on the button, fingers on the triggers. Thoughts on Son? Son is in my no Liverpool team. We'll be talking about him quite a bit. Shiny XG, Aguero 6.66, Sterling 3.91, XA Aguero 1.95, Sterling 1.45. Yes, absolutely. Aguero's just been playing better, and he's just been phenomenal. No arguments. Liam says Kevin De Bruyne or Sterling if you had to have one. Well, Kevin De Bruyne has been playing well, but if I didn't have Aguero, I'd want Sterling. So I would probably pick Sterling if I had to have. Oh well, I don't know. That's a difficult one. I guess Kevin De Bruyne. If Sterling was injured and Aguero was injured, and no way, that wouldn't work because then you would obviously go. If I could pick one of them to be injured out of Sterling or Kevin De Bruyne, and I wasn't allowed to pick Aguero, I would pick Kevin De Bruyne. You know that thing where you flip a coin and then you make your decision before it lands? I mean, I'm flipping, and Kevin De Bruyne is where my head goes to. So I think I would prefer Kevin De Bruyne. He's just so consistent. Look at this sexy motherfucker. Look at this. 7, 11, 5, 13, 1, 17. The only time he's blanked is when he was subbed on against a weird Norwich side that just went tits up, right? Only blank. And he plays 90 minutes most of the time. The only time he got subbed early was, but just before their first, I think it was just before their first European game, and he got a goal and assist before he was subbed and a clean sheet. So, I mean, I would probably pick Kevin De Bruyne. In before Aguero, benched on Saturday. Yes, so that is an issue, right? Sterling has had his bench, so it's Aguero's turn. But the problem is, I think they're just going to play Jesus for 90 minutes against whoever they're playing in the Carabao Cup. So there is a cup game to consider, and it means that Aguero would be fresh, unless there's Champions League, which I don't... Is there a Champions League? That's something I need to double check. Carabao Cup on Tuesday and Wednesday. And none today. None this week. So that's really good, right? So Aguero's going to be fresh. And I don't think they're going to be playing him at all against a shitty team, wherever they're playing. Paulie's here. What's up, man? Long time no see. I've been off last week. I had a lot of shit going on and I just couldn't find the time. Thank you so much. Sterling being injured would fix a lot of dilemmas for you. Yeah, no, that's the thing, right? I wanted to kind of make it a thing for like every week I can pick one person to get injured, but I felt like it was too gruesome. But yeah, no, Sterling getting injured would help a lot because a lot of people would need to take hits. Not many people are on their wild card, and I've already taken him out. So I've actually made money on Sterling because I've missed the drop. I've sold him before my price. I lose money on him, and I got Aguero at a decent price as well. So I'm feeling good about it. So those are some sexy Aguero stats. Let's move on to Salah versus Mane. All right, who should we zoom in on? Who do you guys want to look at more? Let's look at Mane. Now, see that dead leg's the issue, right? Bam. So if he is injured, then I will need to probably decide whether to go Salah or nothing. But if he's not injured, then I'm pretty set on this team. So it's hard to tell. And if we don't know, then I might not risk it. And I can always get him back by going from, getting rid of Aubameyang or something, right? So it's not all dire. If I don't have him, I'll probably have Son, which means that if I downgrade Son, or I upgrade Son to Mane and downgrade Aubameyang to Vardy, for example, I can afford that. So that's not a big deal. But Mane versus Salah, let's go. 4 goals, 2 assists for Salah. 4 goals, 0 assists for Mane. However, they've played 528 minutes for Salah and 429 for Mane. So Salah's played pretty much a full game, over Mane, and he's got 2 more assists and no more goals. So that's something to consider, right? So you would expect them to be roughly the same. Salah seems like he can't really do too much away from home. He doesn't seem to be scoring much away from home. VTMPI says Salah and Wilson are the super lucky FPL assets, keeps on getting fluky returns. Yeah, so it's crazy how they did this little flick thing. Did you guys see it? It was a lovely free kick by TAA. Salah did a little flick back, and then that's his assist. Didn't do much, just kind of tapped it along. There's other points where Salah honestly looked shite that game, right? Against Chelsea, Alonso had him. Alonso knew exactly what to do. And it was a shame because I had him as captain. But we've got the Captain Morgans. If anyone's new to the stream, I drink a lot on stream. Just because I'm on holiday right now, I'm drinking a lot more. But Captain Morgans is now, I'm going to be channeling this. Hopefully, I'll drink a lot of this week. And then that means that my captain pick is going to be great, right? So I'm okay with that. But yeah, so back to the FPL. So Mane won that free kick. So that's interesting. So that would have been Mane's assist. And then they would have been up the exact same, 4 goals, 1 assist. At least you didn't have Sterling captain, not think about vice captain that much, because you see me play and then vice captain Pookie and then get fucked. One of my mates did that. I've been kind of helping them with their team, and he was like, who should I vice captain? I was like, doesn't really matter. Put it on Salah or Kevin De Bruyne or whoever, and he was like, I'm just gonna put it on Pookie, fuck it. I text him saying, how's that fuck it feeling right now? And he didn't message me back. So Salah and Mane are very, very close already in stats, yet they've played Salah's played one more game than him. Salah does do a lot more shots, and he is a bit more accurate with them, 63% to 54%, 17 shots to 12 shots. Minutes per goal for Salah is a lot higher than Mane though, 132, whereas Mane is 108. So Mane's actually outscoring in terms of minutes played, which is very interesting. So the only issue that I have, because the million kind of covers the penalties, the only issue I have is this right here, dead leg, 75% chance of playing. We do have that awesome Carabao Cup press conference that Klopp has to do, because he's legally obliged. So that means that we get to have a little peek at if this sexy, look at, oh my god, oh yes, please score for me, if he does do well at his recovery from his dead leg. It didn't look too bad. Like, they brought him off because he couldn't continue, right? But he did try to continue, so that kind of says a lot. All right, no memeing. Learned our lesson. Yes, learned your lesson. So the problem now that we're facing is, should I go for this team? Should we stick with that, knowing all that we know? Or should I go for this team? And this is the main team. Hold on, I'm gonna get this for you. Let's go up. Alright, is that gonna... Can you guys see that? Let's have a look. Bam. Alright, this is my no Salah team, no Mane team. So the differences is that we've got the same forwards, the same defense. The only problem is that instead of Mane, we've downgraded to Maddison, which allowed us to upgrade Cantwell to Son, right, with the funds. So it's Maddison and Son, or Cantwell and Mane. That's a difficult one. Excuse me, because Maddison and Son look shit hot. Cantwell has great fixtures. Salah and Mane are Salah and Mane. But they don't have the greatest fixtures. So what do we think about this? In the other team, you could get Firmino and Mane is better than Son. No, I really do like Firmino, but the problem is I have to go Aguero because I've convinced myself and I looked at the stats and everything. So Aguero is set, right? I also have to go for Aubameyang because if I want any part of the Arsenal attack, then it has to be him because he's the only good player that they've got that's consistent. And then Abraham is outperforming Firmino just now by a little bit, and he's so much cheaper. So I really, really, really wish I had 4 striker positions. Firmino would take that without a doubt, and I would rather go him than Son, but I would rather Abraham than Firmino. So it goes Abraham, Firmino, Son, and unfortunately I can't fit Firmino in. I really love him. He's been playing so well. But like I said, the fixtures are getting worse and worse for Firmino. However, he does tend to outscore Salah and Mane when they play the big teams. They seem to kind of leave him, let him, like he got a few free shots off against Chelsea. It's weird. He does well against the big 6. Maybe I'll think about it. I'll think about it more. Maybe I want him over Aubameyang and I can upgrade Son to Mane and have both of them. We'll see. Hanley is out the team. I know it's irrelevant, but still worth knowing. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I need the 0.1 million over Kelly to do it. So, and as you can see, you know, I'm kind of fighting for the cost. Hopefully, one of these guys go down before the end. Maddison, for example. Hopefully, if he's injured, I don't want him anyway. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I've got a lot of eggs in baskets right now because I'm showing you a team that I've built, but I've actually got a team. I'll show you my team right now. Actually, here we go. So this is my team that I've got like sitting. So you can see I've got Otamendi and Aurier and Harry Wilson, and Pookie still, and these are in my squad. just hopefully rising in value. So hopefully Otamendi goes up again before the game week, and then I'll cash in on him. Same with Harry Wilson, same as Aurier, etc., etc. So I'm trying to make money elsewhere. So if I can afford it, I'll go back to Kelly. No Liverpool has TA. Yeah. Obviously, I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's my only big at the back that I've kept, and it's just because I want to keep him. He just seems so good. He seems like he's a midfielder that might get clean sheets, as opposed to the other way around. A defender that might get attacking assists. He's just so good. He's on free kicks and corners. It's so hard not to have him. So that's the team. I don't really have anything else. Whoa, get to fuck. What was that? So I wanted to show you guys a few things. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I missed your question. What about David Silva over Maddison? I just don't want rotation. I don't want to pick any players I don't want, and I don't want to pick any players that might not play 90. And although David Silva does bang when he plays, I just can't force myself to get him to then watch it all burn. I just can't do it. I don't want to do it, and I won't do it. And I was also looking at Bernardo Silva and the fact that he got 3 goals last game, which is really, really big. And I was like, holy shit, maybe I could go for him. He's really cheap. But then, he played in Sterling's place. So when Sterling comes back, he's going to move to the other side and potentially back a bit. So I don't know if he's going to be playing in that front 3 again. He's just all over the place in terms of where he can play. Like, he's so versatile that for FPL that sucks, because if he was nailed in that Sterling position, then I would probably have him in over most of the midfielders, to be honest. Did I see Deulofeu's heat map against City? It was like right in the middle, right? It was like he was sitting right in the center, I think. Was that who it was? I think I did see it. But yeah, no, Deulofeu has gotten an absolute pounding off of City. And he got 1 return last week, which is the reason I didn't stream. Well, I just couldn't face you guys berating me over and over that he got an assist. An actual real attacking return against Arsenal. Yeah, no, I don't understand how that happened. All I do is Arsenal. No, but yeah, Deulofeu, 6 point whatever million, 1 return and 6. I'll take it. I was still right. Fuck you all. So yeah, for players that have got Allaire or don't have Dear Scout, is Jared Deulofeu essential? Oh, no, he's absolutely not. He's the worst pick imaginable. He looked really good against Arsenal and then just went back to his normal shite self with a shite team, the shite players. Fuck Watford, man. I hope they go down. I don't even know them. I don't know any players, really. I know them from fantasy football. I don't have any ill will. It's just hilarious that, yeah, I've picked them as my fuck them team. And it's great to watch them get 8-0 against. That was good. So yes, let's move on. I've got all the players that I want kinda in this little table here. So let's look at this in more detail, right? So this is the picks, and here's all the potentials that I could potentially get in my team. As you can see, we've got the minutes played. I'm gonna take away this actually. So this is minutes played, goals, assists, expected goals, and then not penalty expected goals and expected assists, right? This is Understag, this is an amazing website, and I'm going to link it to you guys right now in the chat so you guys can have a play about. So, XG, top of the XG, obviously, Aguero. But then you've got Tammy Abraham, Salah, then Pukki, then Firmino, then Aubameyang, who, as you can tell, with 6 goals but just 3 XG, is seriously overperforming right now. So imagine his stats start to look better when their team starts to shape and their people start coming back from injury. I'm hoping that he can make that even better and potentially start banging them in, because he hasn't exactly like played well. He just always seems to find a goal from somewhere. So if he can start playing well, then I feel like that'll quickly jump up. As you can see, Abraham is higher than Pukki and Firmino, and because I want Aubameyang for the next fixtures. And we've got to remember that Aubameyang's fixtures haven't been the greatest, right? Aubameyang played against Tottenham and Liverpool and is still kicking about with a 3 XG. And he hasn't scored a penalty. So, or his expected goals is still the same with penalties. My bad. So that's interesting. Now, Pookie's sitting up there, but I feel like that's going to go down a little bit. You know, again, he's overperforming. We'll see how that plays out. I'm not 100%. I might just downgrade Aubameyang and get some funds. I put Son and Vardy and Maddison in there just for fun. Maddison is outperforming Vardy in every way, which is interesting, right? Because he's 7.1 million against an 8.9 million. And Vardy takes up a striker spot, which I keep saying over and over again, I don't have. So Maddison actually looks quite good, right? He's actually he's got 1 goal. He should be getting a bit more. He's got 2 assists. He should actually be getting a bit less. So he's overperforming in that. It's a weird one, right? And I wish I could get Firmino, but I can't. So what this tells us, really, is that the top strikers, or the top players to be getting in, Aguero, as you can see, Sterling's nowhere to be seen because I haven't included him. But if we look at just the top of all time, he is there. These are just the players that I was considering. Let's cancel this. Apply. So Sterling is up there. So don't worry. It's not like I've just deceived you all and I've put just the players that I want in. But let's look at that. So Aguero is just so much higher than Sterling in every capacity, right? But Sterling still is second. And then you've got Abraham above Salah. And Mane's not even there. Kane's there. Firmino's beaten him. Pookie's there. Pookie's still in with a shout. So I wouldn't get rid of him if I wasn't on Wildcard. It's not like he's a bad player. Rashford's injured, so I don't even have to worry about that. He's also way underperforming. He actually should have way more goals. So that makes it seem like he's not got the best presence. He's not got the best attack around him, which is a bit of an issue. West Ham have looked good, just need Lanzini on the field, I think. Vardy for the amazing fixtures, and Callum Wilson also a possibility. A lot to dissect there. Okay, first things first, West Ham have looked good. Yes, they have, but it's really hard to pick who's going to be scoring. They're kind of all sharing the goals right now. And although Alera is there, this is a great opportunity to look at this awesome tweet that I seen. Can you guys see that? Let's zoom in. This is an awesome tweet that I seen from somewhere. And I can't remember, but I thought I'd click on it. Oh, there it is. Will from Fantasy Football Hub has tweeted this. Thank you so much, buddy. And I'm going to retweet it right now because it's amazing. And Abraham's just blowing Allaire away. The best thing about Allaire is that it's so easy to get Abraham. This is the kind of infographic what you need in your life. Yeah, exactly. So as you can see, really easy for those who played PES. He's get more X points, more XG, more XA, more chances created around him. He's got better players behind him. Shots in the box way more. Chances a lot more. Shots on target more. Shots in general more. Everything is better except his final third passes. And I think that's just because of the way that Chelsea have been playing, which is very counter-attacking. They've been playing some hard teams, and he's still that much better. Whereas Allaire has had really easy fixtures. So something that who shouted this out? Who was it? Holly from Fantasy Football Community. I was on the podcast that's coming out this week on Wednesday for Fantasy Bet, and she said something that was really interesting, and we can look at it just now. Is that Abraham against every single every single bottom team that he's played, he's performed against, right? So Manchester United didn't do very well. Leicester didn't do very well. But then against Norwich and Sheffield United and Wolves, he's gotten double-digit figures. And then Liverpool again. And then look at his fixtures right now. Brighton, Southampton, Newcastle, Burnley, Watford, Crystal Palace at home. I'm quite fearful of playing Crystal Palace away for any of my players, but Crystal Palace at home is a whole different ballgame. So for the next 6 games, Chelsea have got one of the best runs, and we can confirm that by looking at our little tableau by Tim. Bam, Chelsea, top 6 fixtures. So that is super tempting, and is actually one of the reasons why I've also got Mount in there. Because if I double up on them for a bit, and then kind of make some room, move some players about for Maddison after that or something, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, no, I wanted Mount for those fixtures. It just looks too good. Mount also has set pieces, which is super important. Yeah, Tom said that. VT, MPI, Yarmolenko and Anderson not servicing Allaire at all. Over last 6 game per 90 minutes. I don't even know what that was for. Oh, Yarmolenko stats better than Mount. Yeah, but the problem with Yarmolenko is that, like, yes, okay, he might score, he might assist, but Mount is the player that they are looking for every single week, right? And you want a player that's just getting pass after pass in, and then distribute, and get those assists, or run into the box and get those goals. Whereas what West Ham have been doing is kind of like packing just outside the box, kind of like what City do, which is why City have goals from so many different places. It's the same thing that West Ham have been doing. They've been getting goals from their midfield, on the left, on the right, and the Allaire's gotten a few goals, and you just don't know where it's coming. But for Abraham and Mount, it is straight Callum and Fraser-esque from last season, right? There's just so much focus on that side of the pitch for them, and they've been delivering. So it's really difficult to go with someone who maybe has a little bit better stats than Yarmolenko over Mount, considering just how, first of all, the fixtures, and then second of all, just how focused they are on playing through Mount, as opposed to West Ham, who are kind of just playing through the middle and whoever's there, packing that box. So that's probably why. Mount is in Lampard 2.0, seems like he's nailed even when Hudson-Odoi is back. Yeah, so that's an issue, right? There's potential there to get a bit fucked in terms of, who's playing where. But for right now, Mount is great, and I don't see any reason why they would drop him. I think you're right. Right, so let's go back to this. I think that's fairly self-explanatory, right? Just looking at that, Abraham's so much better than Allaire. So we can move on. This is something I wanted to talk about now. Let's move on to Son. Let's get his face up here. Where are you? Where are you, beautiful man? Have I not got you on my watch list? Oh, that's a shame. I should have you on my watch list, my son. I'm sorry. You're on there now. Add to watch list. All right. So Son's fixtures: Southampton, Brighton, Watford. He's been playing okay. In the last game, he's had full 90 minutes in the last 4 games, and he has only blanked in one of those games. He got an assist against Arsenal, which is a derby, and then the other 2 games he got 2 goals, and then Leicester, who have been playing very well defensively, he got an assist. So against harder opponents, he's getting those assists, and against weaker opponents, he's scored. It's not a big amount of games to take any stats from, but those fixtures are very difficult to ignore. And if we look back at my team that I've made for the no Salah, no Mane team, we've got Maddison, Mount and Son in there, which is a crazy midfield. I do like Son a lot. I do like him a lot. So let's look at this heat map, because I wanted to just, for any that are doubting it right now, Son is the highest up in the pitch. He has the most progressive passing received, which means that most of those through balls up front are going to him instead of Kane. Kane has been playing farther back for a while now, and it seems like all those crosses, all those forward runs, they're all being made by Son, and Kane's kind of sitting back. And Son's a lot cheaper. And as you can see here as well, is that a bit shite? Hold on. Is that better? That's much better. Also something to note, if you are staying with a lot of money at the back, although he's not that much. Aurier, 4.9 million. And he is so far up front. He's so far. Aurier is looking tasty as fuck. Most central, Aurier. That's also very important. It means that he's not only staying out wide, but he's moving in. He's moving inwards. And we've seen what happened. There was an offside call, and he didn't get his goal. But the fact that he's in the box and shooting and doing well, that's a big thing. The only problem is that they're never going to keep a clean sheet. For whatever reason, Tottenham just don't like clean sheets. It's very difficult. I mean, I know they had the keeper issues and, you know, Laurie had a baby or some other bullshit that he had to go to. No, congratulations, Laurie. I think you're the most brilliant, beautiful French dude in the Premier League. But, yeah, I just don't know what's going on. They just can't keep clean sheets, and it's so fucking frustrating. I would love Aurier, and I was looking at him in the build-up to the season. I think everyone was, and we were worried to see who was going to nail down the spot. Foyth is coming back soon, but not super soon. And then, you know, Walker Peters kind of lost the space, didn't play well when he was playing, and then got injured anyway. So Aurier's back. He's been playing for the national team as well. He's been doing well, and he just looks better. So, yeah, I think he's a good pick. He's in my current please buy him so that I can then sell him. Because like I said, I'm not going for anyone who's super expensive in the back. But if you are looking for just a little bit of a downgrade from Dean or someone, I think Aurier is a good shout, especially for those next 3 fixtures. For the next 3 fixtures, if we look at just the next 3, is this going to reset on me? Nope. Spurs are second for the next 3. So Aston Villa are the only team that have better than them. Burnley, Norwich, Brighton. Oh shit, can't see it. Spurs are second in our fixture run. Southampton, Brighton, Watford. So yeah, Son's a good pick. Aurier's a good pick. Lamella's cheap and seems to be nailed, which is weird because I don't think he's that good. I'm expecting his space to get lost to Eriksen. I don't really know what's going on there. But if Eriksen comes back, think of how much more Son's going to be doing well. So yeah. At 4.9, when he's that attacking, I'm prepared to take a few fewer clean sheets for the trade-off. Yeah, he's kind of like a better Dean right now. Abraham captain against Brighton at home. We're going to do the captains very, very soon. We should actually get a poll going. If you're still with us, Jimmy, you are. Jimmy Bob, Jim. Abraham, Son, Liverpool, City. That's what I want it to look like, if you could do that for me. City, as in, if you've got Sterling or you've got Aguero, whoever, just put that in. And then Salah or Mane, whoever you've got, just Liverpool. And then Son and yeah, Abraham. I think those are the 4 that I'm considering anyway. So if we could get a wee thing going there, that would be great. All right, next thing.
Aguero!
Fucking Arcadian, welcome to the big, fat, sexy league, my man. Big, fat, sexy team, big, fat, sexy group of sexy, fat people. How's it going, buddy? Appreciate it. Thanks for the sub. A real hens here, how's it going? Did you miss the RMTs? No, we're about to get to them very shortly. 10-15 minutes from now, we're going to jump in there. We're just going to start the captaincy stuff. We're going to get the poll going very soon. Jimmy, Jim Bob, Jimmo. Arcadian, nice to see you alive. Thank you very much. Right, last thing to look at. I just wanted to point this out. For people who are thinking about putting punts on for Pep, that is pretty tasty. Just like Son, most progressive passing received, up to Pep. Maitland-Niles, super high, although he is red carded, so he's not really an option right now. But that is the space where Bellerin's going to be going. And if you think about it, Maitland-Niles can't play the next game, but Bellerin has been building his fitness. So who do we think is going to be playing there? Maitland-Niles has just kind of lost his space. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Right, please go vote in the poll. Really appreciate that. I'm going to go vote, actually. Oh, bam. Salah, Mane, Sheffield away, Sterling, Aguero, Everton away, Son, Southampton home, Abraham, Brighton at home. I think I'm gonna go. If I've got Son, I think I'm gonna go with him. If not, I'm gonna go with Abraham. So, Son, yeah. Verify. Fuck you, CAPTCHA. That's not autistic friendly. Right. So vote for that shit, and we'll look at that a little bit later. So yeah, here's the scoop on Pep, right? His heat map has looked great, and I'll show you where to get heat maps actually. If you click on whoscored.com, and I'll link this into you guys right now. There's a great little website, right? Let's back up, and then go to the last game. Click on the score, Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Click on heat maps down here. And then you can get rid of everyone and just click on the one player you want to look at. That is a pretty good heat map. Not going to lie. A lot of box stuff. He's also taking corners, it looks like. Or at least he's in and around that area when corners are being taken. Not bad. And also was given a pity penalty. Can't forget that. Decent, 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 decent. I wouldn't captain Kevin De Bruyne if I had either of the other two, but obviously, yeah. And Kevin De Bruyne, the City ones. I mean, yeah, Kevin De Bruyne is in there. That's something that we talked a bit about on the podcast, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But basically, I think we're definitely overlooking him. But I'm going to keep overlooking him until the day I die, because it's just so hard not to captain someone who you've got that's really expensive. Arcadian says thoughts on Chelsea. Yeah, Abraham, Mount, no defense. Don't do it, kid. And Maitland-Niles can't play in the Carabao Cup, but can play versus United. Oh, that's true. Oh, shit. Oh, my bad. I take it all back, lads. They've got the fucking stupid Carabao Cup that he'll serve as a suspension on. So he'll probably be back next week, and then Bellerin might get his full 90 against the Carabao Cup, and then see how he goes. You don't really want him for United anyway, but he might come back in. How to access the poll. Click on the link, my man. Hold on, I will copy and paste that shit for you. Bam. Doesn't the red card apply only Premier League games? Yeah, I don't know how it works. I think it's all domestic games, which is a bit pointless. And it's just lucky that the Carabao Cup is this week. Alright, that's all I've got to say just now. I'm sure that my wildcard is going to be changing inadvertently every single fucking day. Every single time I go on. But for right now, if Mane is fit, then I think this is going to be my team. And if he's not fit, then I think this is going to be my team. So we will see. Alright. Shall we look at the poll? Are y'all done the poll? Yes? No? Hold on, I've lost it now. We have 9 votes. We'll look at the poll in 2 seconds, and then we'll go on to rate my teams. So, Mr. Mod, have you been sending me stuff? You have. Thank you so much. I'm just going to do it in this order too. Alright, full time. Bam. Abraham, Brighton at home, 44%. Sterling and Aguero, very, very low. Interesting. And Salah and Mane. I'm actually going to be cheeky, and we're going to look at the poll from Scout. So we picked Abraham, so let's put Abraham in here. Where are you, Mr. Abraham? Abraham's there. Let's click vote. Can you guys see that okay? Salah's 28% just now. Sterling 12%. Abraham 12%. So I think if any week is the week to captain someone outside the big captain options, it would be this week, because this is the only week in which the captaincy hasn't been like far and away Salah or far and away Sterling. I think Abraham's safe enough to do, and Son as well. I think it's super close, right? Super close. So you can get away with the little bit of cheeky captaincy, maybe. This is the only captaincy week in a while where City and Pool aren't at home. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's see. All right. Away, home, away, home, home. 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 Yes. Away, home, away, home, away. I think they're sharing aways game week 9. So one's against Man United, which is shite, and then one's against Crystal Palace, which is not the best, but much better than Man United. So we're probably going to see a heavily Aguero Sterling captaincy there. Use the fixture tracker. That would be a good idea. But it's going to refresh on me. I can't be arsed with that. Alright, we can. If you haven't yet, please follow the stream. I'm going to try and do a big, huge 2-hour Rate My Team stream. And I've got a really, really cool guest to do it with. But I'm not going to reveal it just now because I'm still working on when we're doing it. But I really want to get it done. So I'd love for you guys to follow, and then maybe we'll have an awesome guest to do it. Emperor Thick, thank you very much for your awesome contribution to the chat. I'm afraid that I don't have any help for you there, buddy. So yeah. No. What we were doing? Liverpool. We were doing Liverpool, and we were doing City. Yeah, so there it is. Away, away, and then they're back to being back and forth. So yeah, I would probably say Man City are going to be bitchin' pick there. But Chelsea are playing Newcastle. That's such a better pick. Arsenal playing Sheffield United. That'll be an Aubameyang captaincy for me, maybe, potentially. I don't know. We'll see. I'm actually quite scared of Sheffield. I don't really know. We'll see. Right. Time for the Rate My Teams. If you haven't sent me your team, but you are in the chat right this very second, just go to my Twitter page, which is there. And you can send me your team, and then my good mod will probably send me your team, because we're going to try and prioritize people who are in the stream right this very second.